Hi, welcome. I'm going to do some yoga this afternoon, this evening, our yoga unfolding class. So let's make sure we can see everything. Okay, I think we're good there. So tonight, it would be helpful to have pretty much just our usual props. So maybe 2 blankets or towels. Also, a yoga strap would be good. Or you can, in lieu of a yoga strap, you can use a belt, a scarf, anything you have around the house. There's got to be something that you can use. So go ahead and grab that. Grab a blanket. I'm going to just get something. I'll be right back. Okay, just make sure you can see me. Okay. Sorry, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, great. So we're going to start in a seated position today. And oftentimes it's really comfortable and useful to be able to sit up on a little bit of a blanket. So just creating a little bit of height. And we're going to start by coming into the breath. So finding a comfortable spot. And frankly, if you're in a chair or you're on your couch tonight or on your bed, that's good too. That'll work. But let's go ahead and start to breathe. And we will come into some nice deep breaths. So taking time, inhaling through the nose, down into the belly, and exhale everything. Again, inhale and exhale. Continuing to do this with your breath, just taking some nice, deep, diaphragmatic breaths into the belly, exhale everything. Relax the jaw. Maybe lift the shoulders up, bring them back, and then drop them down. Nice. And then gradually begin to expand that breath. We'll expand it from the belly up into the rib cage. Feel the ribs rise on the inhale and kind of sink in on the exhale. Nice. Next time you inhale, see if you can bring it from the belly through the rib cage into the upper portion of the chest. So maybe tuning into the shoulder blades, the collarbones. And just noticing how that feels, right? Is the breath easily accessible today? Does it feel a little sticky? Try not to judge, just notice it. Giving yourself permission to be wherever it is that you are right now. Anchoring the mind into the body through the breath. And then we're going to move the spine a little bit. So we're going to bring the hands to the legs. We're going to round the back, drop the chest, And then we're going to lift the spine, lift the chin, push the chest out between the shoulders. Again, round and lift. And while I like to inhale while I'm rounding and exhale as I'm arching and lifting, you can do whatever feels good to you. How you're breathing is not as important as the fact that you are, right? Nice, deep, lovely breaths. Maybe the feeling of tension comes into the back, lower to mid back as we arch, upper back, mid back as we round. Nice, lovely. Let's take it into a circular motion over the hips. So again, a little arch as we come forward, a little rounding at the back. And you can decide how rigorous or how gentle you would like this to be today. Keep that breath going. Nice deep breaths. Again, I like to inhale on the way back. I like to exhale on the way forward. I like to bring my shoulders into it a little bit. We're going to work on the shoulders tonight. Nice, beautiful, nice and fluid. And maybe close your eyes and just tune into the rib basket as it moves around the hips. Next time you're in a rounded position, reverse your circle. Go in the opposite direction. Again, just tuning into your body. Right? Be here now. Nice, fluid, lovely movements. Awesome. Couple more times. Breathing. Great. Gently bringing it back to center, sitting up nice and tall. Again, let's lift the shoulders. Let's bring them back and then gently release them down. Go ahead and place the right hand on the earth, and we're going to scoop the left arm in front of the body and then lift towards the sky. Oh, let's do that again. Let's scoop the left arm in front of the body and reach towards the sky. So nice circular motion with the arm. Nice, breathing. Head's in a comfortable position. Right shoulder is dropped. Let's reach towards the sky for a moment. With that left hand, reach, 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 reach. Nice. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Pause and notice. Just noticing if that had an effect. Lovely. Plant the left hand on the earth. Again, right arm. We're going to scoop in front and circle around. Nice. We're going to do this a couple times. Left shoulder is dropped. Head's in a comfortable position. Beautiful. Lovely. One more time, and then we're going to bring that right arm towards the sky, and we're going to reach. Reach, 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 reach. Lovely. Push up, release the right hand down, and pause. Great. I'm going to turn sideways so you all can see what's going on here. So we're going to sit with the knees bent. So go ahead and bend the knees, bringing the feet to the earth. I'm going to give you a couple options with the hands, okay? So ideally, I'd like you to be able to bring your fingertips facing your bottom. For some of us, that's not going to be really comfortable on the wrist. So if you need to press back, you can press back. But what we're going to do is we're just going to lift up for a moment. Lift, 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 and breathe into that. So with the fingertips pointing towards your bottom, you can bend the elbows and then push up, right? You can bend the elbows and push up. You won't be able to do that with the fingertips facing away. I mean, you can, but it's just going to feel a little awkward, all right? So if this is uncomfortable, maybe bring the hands out a little bit more, fingertips facing away from the body, and try it like that, okay? So honoring your body, be where you're at, and just noticing if this is okay. All right, we're going to do this just a few more times. So really letting the weight drop down into the arms and slowly push them up. All right, So little work on the triceps. Breathing as we go. Nice. How are we doing? Are you feeling that yet? Okay, we'll do 5 more. Nice. 4, nice and slow. 3, good job. 2, last one. Come on up. Nice. Shake those arms out. All right, just shake, shake, shake. Yeah, good job. Shake them out a little bit more. Just shake. Let's shake the wrists out. Shake the hands out. All right, like really let it go. Let it go. Let that shake come into the arms a little bit. Nice. Okay. All right. I'll come into just an easy forward fold from here. So let's take our right leg and bring it in towards the thigh. Left toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Again, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the waist. So we're folding at the waist. We're trying to keep the chest up. All right. Breathing here. Nice. And as you exhale, maybe you can scooch down just a little bit without rounding the back. Nice. Go ahead and gently bring it back up. Let's switch legs. Right toes are pointed towards the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. Again, we're going to hinge from the waist. Come on up. Exhale over. And just take a moment to notice if one side feels a little more accessible than the other, if one side's a little stickier than the other. Again, without judgment, just noticing. Lovely. Breathing into that. Again, maybe on the exhale, we drop down just a tad. Increments. Beautiful. Go ahead and gently bring it up. Let's bring both legs in front of us. Shake them out for a moment. Toes towards the ceiling. Arms up on an inhale, shoulder distance apart, folding over. All right, so we all have a different level of flexibility. It's really important to understand that. One of the fabulous things about doing yoga at home is you're probably not comparing yourself to anybody. So you can really be present in your body and honor your body in a way that's appropriate for you today, right now, without feeling, that pressure of the ego. Maybe we scooch down just a tad. Nice. And then go ahead and roll it on up. We'll bring the feet sole to sole. Go ahead and grab onto the toes. And we'll just flutter. It's called butterfly pose. Just flutter your wings a little bit. I always like to say in class, check your ego at the door. Like, leave your ego in one of the cubbies. That's easier said than done, right? Nice. Go ahead and bring it on up. All right, we're going to come onto our backs. I'm going to move the blanket from underneath my bottom, but before I come down, I'm going to fold that blanket up to give a little bit of height, right? We're going to come onto that in a bit. But for now, we're just going to come down. And we're going to pause here for a moment. So keep the knees bent to start, all right? And for now, let's roll those shoulders out so the palms come up, arms are a comfortable distance away from the body. And let's breathe here for a moment. So coming back into that breath we're working with, right? The belly, the ribs, the upper chest. Nice deep breaths. And as you exhale, sink in, surrender, let go. And close your eyes again and begin to notice if there's any grip. Like, are you feeling any grip in the low back, in the mid back, in the upper back. Just let it go. With each exhale, sink a little bit deeper into the earth. Imagine that any grip, any tension, any discord that's going on right now just flows out of the body with the exhale. Rock the head a little side to side. So the neck is sometimes a place where grip develops. So just rocking a little side to side, letting that go. Nice. Come back to center. Open and close the jaw a few times, really big. And close. And then release. Maybe move that low jaw from side to side. And then maybe even try to circle the low jaw around in one direction a few times. And then in the opposite direction. And then relax. Let the skull get a little heavy. Nice. Let's roll over onto the left side of the body. So we're going to bend the knees as if we're sitting in a chair. And we're going to bring the hands in front of the, sort of like out from the chest, right? So arm comes straight out from the shoulder, left arm, right arm comes on top. And then from here, we're going to inhale the right arm up and over. We're going to follow with the eyes. And then exhale the hands together. So with your breath, I want you to continue doing this, watching your fingertips as you move, keeping the knees stacked, and then start to reach the right fingertips away from the body, really opening the chest when the arms are open, and then as the arms come together and you reach towards the sky, you might start to feel the shoulder blade gently pull away again. Lovely. We're going to do this 2 more times. So wherever you are in your cycle is fine, but we'll do 2 more times. Open and close. And then on this second time, we are going to leave the right arm on the earth. We're going to bring the head into a comfortable position, whatever that means for you. So for me, it's eyes towards the sky. Right? Like holding it with my head turned towards the right is not necessarily comfortable for me. And breathe. And just surrendering that right arm, like let it get heavy. Breathing deeply in the twist. Nice. Let's roll the palms down. We're going to bring the feet up through center, and we're going to come over onto the right side of the body, bending the knees. Left arm comes on top of the right hand. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to inhale up and over, starting really gentle, right? Following the fingertips with the eyes. Exhale together. Beautiful. And just keep this going, right? Nice. And then start to extend the fingertips and start to feel what's going on in the chest, what's going on in the back. Where are you feeling this? Maybe in that left arm a little bit. Right? Noticing, really being in the body, slow, deliberate movements, huge range of motion. Beautiful. 2 more times. Again, wherever you are in your cycle, reaching, reaching, reaching. Oh, it feels so good. And on the second time, as we come up, reaching, reaching, and we come over, we're going to leave the left arm on the earth. We're going to bring the head into a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, and breathe and let go. And maybe you're already starting to feel some of that opening happening in the shoulders, the front of the shoulders, the pec, the front of the chest. Shoulders are phenomenal. You know, think of what your shoulders do, like how expansive the movement of your shoulder is. It's this incredibly, you know, like lovely ball and socket joint, you know, that's relatively complicated. Nice. Go ahead and roll the palms down. Let's bring the knees up through center. Go ahead and scooch the body back onto the center of the mat. Take the feet about mat distance apart. You can go ahead and bring the arms into a more comfortable position, palms up, whatever that means for you, and breathe. And as you breathe here, again, close your eyes and notice if there's a little heaviness or openness in the upper back and the chest. So your experience may be slightly different. You know, all I can really do is share my experience with you. And really what I want you to do is to be able to develop your own experience and really notice what's going on, right? So that you can become aware of what is useful. There's so many different ways to practice yoga with so many different people, right? And so your choices are pretty much unlimited. So find what works for you, what is comfortable, interesting, you know, safe, maybe challenging if that's what you're after. Okay, nice. So we'll bring the arms a little bit closer. We'll bring the feet a little bit closer so they're about hip distance or shoulder distance apart. We're going to locate that blanket that we folded up. And we're going to inhale the pelvis up. And we're going to bring the blanket underneath the booty. Now, if you have a yoga block at home and you feel like a yoga block would be more useful, you can use a yoga block here. Since I've been doing this practice at home, I've actually decided that a blanket feels much better than a yoga block. So, anyway, the yoga block will give you more height, or frankly, you could use 2 blankets or 2 towels and create a little bit more height yourself. You decide. Let's roll our shoulder blades together and down. Go ahead and let those palms come up, opening through the collarbones, rolling the shoulders out. Let the shoulders get heavy. Let the throat get heavy. Make sure the feet are parallel to the sides of the mat, and breathe. And just feel what it might be like if your organs were sliding away from the position that they're always in. So we can use our imaginations and we can pretend like that's happening. And maybe that is happening. I like to think it is. Maybe tuck the chin a little bit and just connect the base of the skull with the earth. Nice. And go ahead and bring the head back into a more neutral position. Let the shoulder blades come apart a little bit. Bring the palms onto the earth. And let's lift one leg and then the other up towards the sky. And let's point and flex the feet. Pointing and flexing. Nice. So I like to keep a slight bend in the knees. And then circle those ankles around in one direction. Jaws relax. Nice deep breathing. And then circle in the opposite direction. So I think a lot of us are doing walking. So this might feel super good if you're doing a lot of walking. And then we'll stop circling and just breathe into that. And breathing into the awareness of the prana, the breath, the chi, the oxygen, moving up into the calves, the shins, the ankles, the feet. And then from here, let's bend the right knee. Grab onto, this would be my right knee. Sometimes I do it backwards if it matters. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Okay, so grab onto the right knee, all right? And let's, you can point or flex the left leg. Doesn't really matter. But we're going to bring the left leg down almost all the way to the earth and then lift it up. So I find it a little useful to flex on the way down. Inhale and point the toes on the way up. Again, whether you're inhaling up or inhaling down doesn't matter as long as you're breathing. Nice. And just feel the muscles in your leg, like connect into you. Great, let's do 3 more times. 3. That was 2. Last time, leg comes up, gently switch legs. Do the same thing with the right leg. So down, don't let it touch, and up, and down. Nice, lovely, and up. And it's kind of nice. So we have a little bit of height under the booty, right? So the lower back is a little protected here. Beautiful. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one. Leg comes up. Let's bring that left leg back up. All right, let's let the legs drop to opposite sides. So here, I like to take my hands inside my knees, my inner thigh a little bit here, and just let the arms hang. If this feels a little intense, right, the legs are heavy, bend the knees. You'll still get the stretch in the inner thigh, which is what we're looking for, but it might just feel a little more comfortable. So breathing into that, nice. How's the jaw? Tongue off the roof of the mouth, face relaxed. And we'll just hold here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now we're going to start to bend the knees. We're going to bring them towards the shoulders. We're going to come into this happy baby pose. So you're going to grab onto the arch of the feet. If that's not available, grab onto the ankles, the calves, the shins, like wherever you can. And just gently push the knees down and rock a little side to side. Nice. All right, bring the hands outside the legs. Let's push the legs together. We'll bend the knees. All right, we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to bring the arms out to the side like a T. And then from here, we're just going to drop the knees down to the left. We're going to roll the head to the right. You can bring the palms up. Breathing here in this twist. And then maybe straighten that right leg. So thighs are still stacked, right? But I'm just going to straighten that right leg. Again, if anything feels, uncomfortable or not right for you today, don't do that. Nice. Go ahead and bend the right knee. Palms come down. We're going to inhale the knees and head through center. Oh, core gets involved there. Exhale the knees over to the right. Go ahead and roll the palms up and roll the head away from the knees. Again, if it feels comfortable, appropriate, okay. If the head wants to stay in the center, let the head stay in the center. And breathe. You can feel the organs kind of pushing back when we breathe deeply in a twist. Go ahead and straighten that left leg. Again, the thighs are still stacked. Lovely. Breathing. Roll the palms down, bend that left knee, go ahead and bring them back to center. Bring the hands a little closer to the body, closer to your mat. All right, let's go ahead and release one foot down onto the earth and then the other. We're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to roll those palms up. Roll the shoulder blades together, and then very gently straighten one leg and then the other. So keeping the legs a little bit active so that the knees are towards the sky. Right? If I were to relax my legs, they want to just kind of flop out to the side. So whatever effort is required for you to keep the knees towards the sky, let's just do that for a moment and breathe. And as you breathe here, like maybe tune into the spine, this lovely little arch that's happening between the tailbone and the neck. Nice deep breathing. Very aware of the front of the body and the breath. Go ahead and allow the legs to relax. Let's roll the palms down, let the shoulder blades come apart. We'll bend one knee and then the other. Go ahead and inhale the pelvis up. Let's take that blanket or two out. Come on down and just pause here. Take the feet a little wider, maybe about mat distance. Go ahead and roll the shoulders out again so the palms are up. Arms are at a comfortable distance from the body, and breathe. And as you breathe here, again, noticing what's going on. What's going on in the spine, right? What's going on in the back, the low back, the mid back. Oops, sorry. Whatever it is that you're feeling, just take a moment to notice that. Let's see. Okay. Locate your strap your scarf, your belt, right? Whatever it is that you've got. And let's start with the left leg. All right, so we're going to bring the left knee in towards the chest. We're going to bring the strap around the ball of the foot. We're going to lift the left leg up towards the sky. And then we're going to bend and straighten the leg a couple times. And I like to let it bounce as it comes down and back up. There's this little sort of ricochet motion that happens, right? Nice. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then gently hold this stretch. The tendency is to want to pull on the strap, all right? Really engage the arms and the hands. But let's just see if we can like leave the shoulders on the earth, maybe even bring the hand to the leg and just breathe into this. I like to keep the leg actually pretty straight here and the heel pointed towards the sky, toes towards the face. Get a nice little stretch from the Achilles, through the calf, back of the knee, into the hamstring. Make sure that left glute stays on the earth. Sometimes the tendency is to want to roll that up a little bit. And breathe. And taking a moment to appreciate your leg, like honor your body, maybe give a little squeeze, right? Squeezing into the calf, the shin, right? Around the knee, squeezing into the thigh a little bit. Nice. Just like, thank you, leg, for doing all that you do. And then using the strap to support the weight of your leg, we're going to drop the leg out to the left, okay? We're going to bring that right arm out to help stabilize. Breathe here for a moment. And then we're going to drop that right knee out to the right, and we're going to gently start to straighten the right leg in that external rotation position. And then we're going to breathe here. So now you might feel the stretch has switched from the left leg to the front of the right hip. All right? Release that right leg into the earth. Like, just let it get a little heavy. Maybe rock the head a little. Notice if any grip has built up there in the neck, the jaw, the face. Deep breathing. Nice. We're going to lift that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale across the body to the earth below. Left arm can stay behind. Again, head's in a comfortable position. So for me, it's facing the sky. And we're going to breathe. It's actually even like rolled over to the right a little. It's so funny because I feel obligated to look at you. Even though I can't see you, I miss you. Nice deep breathing. It's so weird. It's like doing yoga kind of in a vacuum, right? And it's different than when you do your own practice, you know, sharing your practice with others when you can't see them, it has its own little challenges. But I'm trusting in the process, I'm trusting in you, right? I'm trusting in the universe that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Inhale the left leg back up towards the sky. Remove the strap, shake the leg out a little bit, and then bring that left leg to the earth. And just pause here, and breathe, and notice. So now we start to notice things about the left leg compared to the right. Is it longer? Is it more spacious? Is it heavier? And I always say the yogi is curious. The answers aren't as important as the inquiry. Nice. All right, let's bend one knee and then the other. We're going to pause here for a moment. Just check in with that back. We'll bring the right knee in. We'll grab that strap, place it around the ball of the right foot. And again, we're going to start by bending and straightening the right leg. Just bending and straightening. And then we're going to let that leg bounce a little bit. Nice. Beautiful. All right. So let's do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to hold the stretch. And you might start to notice that one side is a little stickier than the other, that one side is a little more spacious. And so again, without judgment, just noticing that, it's information. It's neither good nor bad. Right? The Buddhists say nothing is good or bad until we attach good or bad to it. Right? It just is. We tend to judge things. And again, maybe taking those hands and just giving your leg a little love, a little squeeze, a little appreciation. Tell your leg how much you appreciate it, how fabulous she is. We're beings of energy, right? And so as we direct energy at ourselves, and thoughts are energy, we can affect things. And then from here, we're going to drop that leg out to the right. Maybe the left arm comes out to sort of stabilize the body, and breathe. Nice. Now drop that left knee out and then gently start to straighten the left leg with the leg externally rotated. This is always my stickier side, right? That left side. That's the side of relationships. And so breathing into that. Again, it's neither good nor bad. It just is. Rock the head a little side to side. Beautiful. See if you can surrender that left leg just a tad more. Nice. And then we're going to go ahead and lift that right leg up towards the sky, all the way across the body, onto the earth. Right arm stays behind, so the body's in this nice little twist. Head's in a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, and breathe. And go ahead and lift the right leg back up towards the sky. Take that strap off. Shake the right leg out. Gently bring the right leg to the earth. Arms down. Palms up. Shoulders rolled out. And breathe. Nice. Now from here, let's bring the arms above the head in a comfortable, sustainable position. So I would suggest this sort of victory cactus pose with the elbows slightly higher than the shoulders. If that's not comfortable on the earth, sometimes it's useful to take a blanket and prop the shoulders, right? If there's anything going on with the shoulders, that might feel nice. Or, you know, having the arms extended. But I kind of would like a bend in the elbow just so we can have a nice open chest. All right, so pausing here for a moment, and then we're going to bring those feet a little closer to the torso and a little further apart from each other. From here, we're going to exhale the knees to one side. We're going to inhale through center. As you inhale through center, push the low back onto the earth. Exhale the knees to the opposite side. Again, as we inhale through center, we're going to push the low back onto the earth. Exhale the knees down. And then you're just going to continue to do this with your breath. Inhaling through center, pushing the low back down, rolling across the bones, the back bones of the hips, back through center. All right. Now, you've done this a couple times. Feel free to move the positioning of your feet. The further apart your feet are and the closer to your torso, the more you're going to get into that quadricep. So the feet are closer to each other, the more it'll be into the hip. It doesn't matter. Maybe you want to roll your head with your knees. Remember to push into the low back through center. Nice, lovely. Okay. Next time the knees come down to the left, we're going to hang out here for a moment. Head's facing left. We're just going to let everything get heavy. We're going to surrender into this completely. Remember, surrender is to give up resistance. Right? It's not to quit. It's to stop resisting. Big difference. Gently straighten that right arm on the earth, reaching away from center. Maybe you push the right knee down a little bit, just extending the length along the right side of the body. Let's take that left hand and bring it gently to the right side of the rib cage and breathe into this. So closing that energetic circle on your body, breathing into your right lung. My tummy just growled so loud, I would not be surprised if you heard that. Soften the right elbow. Bring the left arm back up overhead. Nice. Inhale the knees and head to center and pause and breathe. And take note. Just noticing what's going on. From the right shoulder, through the right side of the rib basket, into the right hip, the right quadricep, the right nostril. Lovely. Next time you exhale, exhale the knees to the right. Roll that head to the right, sinking in here a little bit. Extend the left arm away from the body. Drop that left knee down a little bit. Take the right hand, bringing it onto the left side of the rib basket or onto the heart, and breathe in here. Surrendering into the shape. Nice, breathing. Soften the left elbow. Bring the right arm back up overhead. Inhale, knees and head to center. Pause. Let the low back get a little heavy. Gently bring the hands to the belly, keeping the elbows bent, and breathing. And then go ahead and gently bring one knee in towards the chest and then the other. Keep the knees a little bit apart, all right? Maybe creating a little cradle with the elbows, grabbing onto the hands or the fingers, and rock a little side to side. Nice. Hands underneath the knees. Let's rock a little forward and back. If this isn't your thing, just come on up. But maybe we'll rock a few times. All right, we're going to make our way up into a seated position. So, you're going to want to locate your strap. So we're going to do Gomukhasana, which is cow pose. And the full expression of this pose with the legs, right, is that the knees are kind of crossed, right, but they're dropped down. I can't do that. Right? My knees just will not let me do that. But if you wanted to like cross your legs at the knees, it's kind of like this, right? Only they're a little more spread out and stacked on top of each other. All right? That to me is like so not going to happen. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to just sit up like this. All right? You could sit on your bottom, but I think we need a little bit more space in the back. If this is not terribly comfortable, and the other pose isn't terribly comfortable, you could try sitting like this and maybe give yourself a little bit of height behind the knees, right? Like, that might be a little bit more helpful, all right? So go ahead and take a moment to find a spot that works for you. And let's start, we'll start with the right side. So I'm going to be backwards from you guys. I'm sorry. Oftentimes I'm not, but today I'm going to be. So you want to take your strap, your belt, your scarf, right, whatever it is that you have, and just gently bring it into the palm of your right hand. And you're going to lift that right arm up towards the sky. I'm going to actually turn around, right, so that you can see what's going on here. And then you're going to drop that right palm down in between the shoulder blades. Now, it's often useful to take that left hand and just kind of snuggle that right elbow arm in a little bit, okay? I'm going to take the left hand and we're going to bring it up, and the goal is to have the fingertips reach. Okay. Now, if that doesn't happen, we have our handy-dandy strap here, right? And we can grab onto the strap, right? So you decide what works for you. And I'll tell you something sort of interesting. So, I can do this on one side, can't do it on the other. The fingertips won't reach. So anyway, breathing into this for a moment. And then if you do have the strap, if your hands are, like if they're not touching and you've got the strap, the thing about the strap that's kind of nice is you can actually pull that right arm down a little bit or pull the left arm up. Small movements here, right? And just breathing into this. The more advanced positioning of this is an additional forward fold. So coming forward, keeping the hands there, and folding over the legs. So again, you know, you do what's best for you. You're in your own space, Remember, we checked the ego at the door, so this isn't about ego. Okay. All right, coming out of this, slowly, slowly, release the left arm down. Okay. Gently release the right arm down. And just pause and breathe. And close your eyes for a moment and just notice if one shoulder is higher than the other. We'll do the other side. So bring your strap or whatever it is that you're using into your left hand. Lift your left arm up. I'm going to drop that left arm behind. Again, I'm going to take my right hand and just kind of snuggle that in a little bit. All right? Right arm's going to come behind the body and fingertips are going to migrate towards each other. So on this side, not so much, right? On the other side, yes. But again, like, be where you are, have fun with it. Don't take it so seriously. And again, with the strap, you can pull that left arm down or pull the right arm up. You can also just kind of inch a little closer, breathing into this. It's not one of my favorite poses, but that always makes me feel like maybe I should do it more. All right? Again, if you wanted to fold forward here, you could do that. Couple more breaths. Nice. Gently, gently, gently release the right arm down. Release the left arm down. Pause and breathe. Roll the shoulders. Right? Just roll them back. And then roll them forward. And then pause. And just shrug a couple times, right? Loosening them up a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do one more pose for the shoulders. I'm going to demonstrate, and then we'll do it together. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come onto all fours in a tabletop pose. And we'll start with the, I'm going to start with the left arm because I think that'll be easiest to demonstrate. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift the arm up towards the sky, and then we're going to kind of thread this needle through, up, and down, okay? We're going to do that a few times. Then, on the last time, we're going to come down, we're going to come onto the left shoulder and the left ear. The right arm comes up towards the sky, and then the right hand comes behind the body and maybe grabs onto that left thigh, okay? So, did that make sense? I'll talk you through it, but I just wanted to show it to you first. Okay. So, onto hands and knees. All right, so just settling in this table pose. We're going to inhale the left arm up. We're going to exhale through the body. Inhale up. It's a sweeping motion. Nice little twist. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. This time as we exhale down, we're actually going to come onto the left ear, onto the left shoulder. All right? We're going to bring that right arm towards the sky. We're going to drop the right arm behind us and just kind of grab onto whatever you can over here. So feeling that right shoulder open up and breathe. Relax. Relax, I know. Seriously. At least relax the jaw. Nice. Go ahead and gently bring the right hand in front of the face. Use the right arm to push yourself up. All right, coming back into our table pose. Oh, so good. All right, inhale, right arm up. Exhale through. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good job. One more time. Inhale up. This time as we exhale down, we're going to come all the way onto the right ear, onto the right shoulder. Left arm comes up towards the sky. I'm going to bring the left arm behind the body and grab onto whatever we can. Maybe we can't grab onto anything, and that's okay. And you feel that stretch in the left shoulder. And breathe. And again, trying to relax. Just try to relax into it. Beautiful. Gently release the left arm. Bring it in front of the face. Push it up. Go ahead, sit back for a moment. And just let the shoulders roll back. All right, nice big rolls. Nice. And then roll forward. Nice. And then just shrug a couple times. And just sit for a moment and breathe. Okay, so we're going to come into our final meditation now. And so if you joined us late, just for the meditation, you're just in time. We're going to roll onto our backs. Let's really take a moment to make ourselves comfortable. So maybe giving a little extra padding for the head. I'm going to take one of my blankets and kind of roll it up to bring underneath my knees. All right. If you want to put a blanket over you, whatever you want to do, take a moment to get comfortable. I just need to check the time here. Okay. Taking a moment to get comfortable. I wanted to read you something about the breath. I talk a lot about the breath in class, right? We talk a lot about the breath. So as we relax here in our final meditation pose, lying down, breathing, just being here now, coming into the breath, taking time, right? Maybe seeing if we can find that breath we had towards the beginning of class, right? The belly, the ribs, the upper chest. And maybe we start to slow the breath down. So maybe we pause at the top of the inhale and we pause at the bottom of the exhale. Meditate on the space between the breaths to find peace. Take a deep breath in. At the top of the inhale, pause for a moment. In that space, just before the exhale, there is a quiet, a calmness in which everything seems peaceful and suspended. Exhale, and find a similar pause at the bottom of the breath. Again, there is a calm, a waiting, a moment just before the movement and power of the inhale begins again. This hovering place is referred to as the space between the breaths. When we direct our attention to the space between the breaths, we begin to create a sense of calm attentiveness that can last throughout the day. This is a meditation that you can practice anytime, anywhere. That space between the breath. And we learn a lot of that here on our mats together. So just pausing at the top of the inhale and pausing at the top of the bottom of the exhale. And noticing how you feel. And imagine that those pauses start to lengthen, even if they don't. Imagine that they do. Imagine that that sense of calm and peace lengthens in time. And begin to notice what works best for you. Right? The space at the top of the breath or the space at the bottom. And imagine that each breath you take, each inhale, each exhale, takes you deeper into a sense of relaxation. You start to become aware of the stillness of the mind, maybe the heartbeat slows down, you become aware of that. Allowing yourself to feel calm, peaceful, expansive, imagine that space between the breath expanding outside of your being. Imagine that sense of stillness and calm expanding outside of your being. Imagine that sense of stillness and calm filling the room that you're in. Imagine that sense of stillness and calm expanding out from your being into your entire home. The property surrounding your home. Your neighborhood. Just let it float out. Let it float out to the city, the state, our country. Our continent, the oceans, floating out across the globe. And just know that all people who gather, with conscious intent, who meditate, who create a sense of peace within, are expanding this energy out into the universe. And you've just become a part of that greater collective of peace and expansiveness. And then just ever so gently, as we start to come back into our bodies, and as we start to come back into a sense of awareness of the here and now, feel the floor beneath you, aware of the breath, breathing a little deeper, right? That breath really slows down in deep meditation. Wiggling the fingers and toes. And rolling over onto the left side. Bending the knees, hugging this feeling to you for a moment more. Knowing you've done something good for yourself, you've done something good for the planet. We have the ability to project peace out into the world. Use that right hand to gently bring yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Allow the palms to find each other in front of the sternum, the heart. And bow our heads in gratitude, grace, humility. We have so much to be grateful for. Namaste. I wish you light and happiness. I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and showing up and doing this. I hope you have a lovely rest of the evening, and I will see you all soon, hopefully. Thank you.